Hey Aaron, I've been skating for about a month now, and I've been trying to do ollies, and I just can't seem to do them. I don't know if it's my pop or me dragging my foot up the board. I'm not sure which one. If I'm not doing it properly, or if I'm just not doing it at all. It would be great to hear your advice, and I look forward to hearing back.
All right, thank you for sending in your skate sport. I am definitely going to help you get these ollies down. So first off, right off the bat, I can see that you are not really popping your ollie. And that is really the number one most important thing when you're learning ollies is that pop right there. So we can look at one of these attempts and you start to do it, but the tail never actually hits the ground. So that's one of the main reasons why your board is not actually doing the ollie at all, is because your tail needs to really hit the ground. You can look at this slow-mo. You see you start to pop and then the board doesn't ever hit the ground. And we can look at this next one. Yeah, your foot starts to like kind of push it down and then it just goes straight up. What I do like about your ollie attempts, which I think is going to help you, is that your legs are kind of trained. From what I can see, even though you're not popping and you're not sliding like super great right now, what you're doing is your leg is starting to do those motions, but really they're bending and staying high in the air and then coming back on the board. And that is kind of like a good training mark for actually committing to an actual ollie, because your feet are already kind of doing the motions. So you pop your board first and then you slide your foot up to the nose of the board, and then your feet bend and your knees bend, and then that board, somehow physics just takes place and the ollie kind of floats up with your feet. So you're actually doing a really good thing there. But I think that we'll just take you back to the very, very basics of the ollie. And seriously, don't get bummed out or anything by this. Everyone learning how to ollie goes through this. I went through this. I'm sure everyone else does. So we're gonna help you out. So first off, your foot position. Your back foot should be on the very tip of the tail right there. You can see a good shot of it right here. And then your foot should just be slightly below the front bolt. And the first thing you want to do is practice that pop. So what you saw Aaron doing before, I want you to just stand on your board. You can put your wheels in a crack so you don't roll around or anything. But the first thing I want you to do is just practice snapping your tail on the ground over and over and over again. And I want you to get really, really comfortable with your tail making contact with the ground. As I was saying earlier, the pop is the most important part of an ollie, so I really want you to practice this step over and over and over. And it may seem kind of like counterproductive, but once you get really good at that popping motion, even though you're not actually popping, I think your mind is just gonna like mentally know that it has to do that every single time. So that's step one. Just practice that. Practice getting that tail popping on the ground. The next thing you want to do with your board standing up with the tail on the ground like this is you need to practice sliding your foot up the board. When I looked at your attempts, your foot kind of just like moved. It didn't really slide. The big thing about slides is that your foot, the side of your foot needs to make a lot of contact with the skateboard. If you look at Aaron right here, you can see that his foot kind of angles itself so that the top of your foot is really the part that's sliding on your board. So what I want you to do is practice making contact on that slide. Just once again, stay still, put your wheel in a crack or something, have that tail on the ground and the nose in the air, and I want you to practice sliding your foot from right there below those bolts all the way to the very, very tip of the nose. And you just have to practice that over and over and over again, because the number one most important thing of an ollie is the pop, and the second most important thing is the slide of your foot. So once you get those two steps down, I can't emphasize this enough. I want you to practice those so much, like over and over and over until you don't even have to think about it anymore. And then really the next step after that is just trying the ollie with those two previous steps, and then bending your knees, which you're already good at, and then just committing to the ollie. I'm going to take you through Aaron's next slow-mo. So you can see, boom, he pops really hard, and then as soon as he pops, his foot starts sliding up, And then once his front foot hits the very tip of the nose, then he starts bending his legs. So really, ollies and pretty much all other skateboarding tricks are really focused on timing. And it's going to be interesting when you're learning how to do the ollie, how to like make that timing work. And it's going to take a lot of practice. But I think that you just needed to get a couple pointers about what you could work on and what you need to fix. And then I think your learning is going to be a lot quicker and you're going to get it a lot easier than before. So like I said before, you got to get a pop first. And then right after you pop, that pop is kind of what's going to give your front foot the momentum to slide up to the nose of the board. Then once you're sliding and it hits the nose, then you're kind of going to let your back leg and your front leg bend, and then the ollie is going to level out. One more time, we'll look at this good slow motion. So you see, as soon as Doug starts popping, his foot is already sliding up to the very nose. And then right when it hits the nose, you see that? He starts leveling out. He bends both of his knees as hard as he can, and then the board levels out, and he lands the ollie. So I know ollieing over a school desk is an extremely difficult task, so I don't expect you to be doing that right away. But I do think that if you follow these steps and you keep practicing every single day for like an hour a day, I think you got these ollies no problem. So just remember, when you're learning, skateboarding is so difficult, and it's really understandable that it's going to be difficult at times. So don't get mad, just keep pushing forward and have hope that you're going to land it and you will do it. So I hope this helped you out. Thank you for sending in your support, and I'll see you next time.
Definitely check out Skateboarding Made Simple. It's available on all these platforms: iBooks, BrailleSkateboarding.com, and Google Play. It's the most comprehensive video we've ever made, and it teaches skateboarding better than anything else out there. You won't be disappointed.